Can you make this? Yes, you can. And I'm going to make it easy for you. Just watch and then try it for yourself. We're going to need a paper napkin, an old piece of scrap wood. I'm sure you can find that somewhere. And I'm using wax paper here to keep my area clean. It's a quick and easy way for me. I'm just going to use this to make sure the paint doesn't get all over my nice little backdrop there. It's supposed to be washable, but I don't want to take that chance. So I'm going to take an old brush that I have and an old piece of wood out of the scrap pile. And you can see it's like gray and everything. And I literally don't do anything to it except slap some white paint on it, essentially. So with that brush, it gives it a nice sort of ragged look. And I'm not trying to cover the whole thing here. All right. See, I'm just dragging the dry brush on and taking full advantage of the shape of the brush and the roughness of the wood and making this look almost instantly old. Okay. Let's put that aside to dry and get the napkin part ready. So I'm going to use my favorite trick, which is some painter's tape or some masking tape, something that you have. Cellophane tape is not always great here, but it can work in a pinch. This just makes getting the plies off the back, which you're going to see. I'm just going to cut a piece out here. Now, if you're interested in more decoupage projects, I'm going to drop a card right here. You can tap or click the screen and it will take you to my decoupage playlist. I use these techniques all the time, so I'm just cutting out the napkin that I like. And then often you can just, when you do that, you can find that it comes apart like this. But there's still another one of those on the back I want to get off. The better napkins have 3 plies. The cheaper ones have 2. So here comes the tape trick. This saves you so much aggravation, guys. And even this is not perfect, but it's better than just trying to get it with your thumb. So stick it to one side and then stick it to the other, but do not stick the tape together. And you can see, and put it in a corner where you're going to find that if it tears, it's okay. You're not going to worry about it. See, there you go. Now you can pull that last ply off gently, and now you have a single ply. And this makes a huge difference in whether your decoupage looks hand painted or not. All right, this next piece is also another favorite of mine. I just take a paintbrush, an old paintbrush that I have, clean one, and grab yourself a little bit of clean water. I know it doesn't look clean. My brush well is like 20 years old. And I literally outline roughly away from the edge, but kind of outline the edge of what I'm doing because I want a rougher, rustic look, not straight edges. And then once it's damp, I just start to pull it away and you'll start to see how the edges look rough and not straight, which is exactly what I'm hoping for here. And then you just go ahead and finish this. Keep going until you're happy. Just go gently, take your time. You don't have to go super fast like I am going here. And then it's ready to go on your wood. It's just that easy. So there we have it. And we're making sure it's a good fit. It's going to be where I want it. I'm just kind of eyeballing this. And then the next step is to grab some white glue, guys, just plain old school glue. I don't even use decoupage for this. This is my little hack. So just plain, the Jot from the dollar store is a really good one. It's nice and loose. And in this case, I'm not even going to clean the paintbrush. I am just going to go right into that glue and paint it onto that dry wood. I'm going to cover the whole thing with paint so that it dries evenly. And the thing here is that the napkin is so thin that this glue is going to come right through that napkin. So it's basically self-sealing. So if you're worried about sealing it after, you can, but I almost never do. In fact, I can't remember the last time I sealed a decoupage project once I was done with it. So that's your call, but I don't bother. Then some plastic wrap. Again, another little trick. This makes this whole process so much easier. I don't have to deal with the little mini irons and things like that that other people do. This just is my favorite way to go. So napkin on, just kind of drop it on the spot you want it. Take your piece of plastic wrap, put it over. Now you can rub the plastic wrap down and get it into the crevices and cracks to make it look like it was painted onto that piece of wood without tearing the napkin, which is really fragile when it's wet. Now, the thing when I mixed the glue and the paint on the brush, it kind of made this come up a little bit more faded, and that was the look that I was going for. But if that's not you, just use a clean brush instead of using the one that had the white paint in it. Then give this a dry. So I just take my heat gun or your blow dryer and give it a little dry warm till it's exactly as dry as you want it. And the next step, you need to have this very dry. I took an emery board or a piece of sandpaper and I like to sand the edges and the corners. And you can see how that just makes it look older again, like it's been around for a while. So this is a brand new old looking project and I've had a whole lot of fun. So if you like this, like I say, tap or click on the screen and you'll get to more decoupage projects. I hope that you try this. And I'll see you in the next video.